After years of being assured by the left that Trump's the worst racist to ever run for president, you saw so many black voters racing to vote for him. Why?
Black men, you could see that they were turning away, especially after Barack Obama inauthentically tell the brothers, if you're a black person, it's your duty to behave like this. And fundamentally, that is racist. I already survived under Trump and I was living better.
People who just don't like either of them, but are still calling Kamala Harris a or, you know, the N-word. I mean, these are things that absolutely suggest that misogyny and misogynoir play into it.
Candace Owens just completely destroys black liberal Marc Lamont Hill on whether or not Trump was actually Hitler and whether Americans are happier under Trump or were happier under Joe Biden, and did Kamala lose because she's a woman. She goes over all that, exposes the hypocrisy of the woke left. It's so good, guys. Make sure you like today's video and we'll just get straight into it.
No, they're gonna say, well, these statistics show, and they've released this. When I was living under Trump, the gas was low. I was able to afford gas. I was able to afford groceries. And everything the media told me the first time around about him being Adolf Hitler and telling me that he was going to put me back into slave chains didn't come true, right? It didn't come true. I already survived under Trump and I was living better. And so there was this common sense element, and I knew that that was going to happen. And it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see people say, I'm not going to respond to that sort of a rhetoric anymore. I'm not going to vote because I'm a woman or because I'm black, but I'm going to vote what actually makes sense.
Yeah, Mark, you're shaking your head a lot there. Why?
Well, to the first point, Candace, you may not have heard the second part of what I said. I said, I vote for someone because I'm black. I said, but I also added, I don't presume that because someone shares my color that they represent my interests. So I don't assume that the black person is the best person to represent the black community or that the woman is the best person to represent women's interests. I added that part as well. So we're actually not in disagreement there. I think it's really important to look at the agenda. I have voted in the past for old white men, old white ladies. I didn't vote for Barack Obama when he was on the ticket in '08 as a Green Party member because I thought that the white woman who was running against him, or at that point actually a black woman, had a better chance of meeting my issues. I voted for Jill Stein instead of Hillary Clinton. There have been moments where I don't make that alignment, but I do think we have to vote based on our collective community interests. I think it's interesting, though, that to say someone like LeBron James can't speak for the conditions of a poor person or the everyday black experience of the person struggling in America, if we make that argument because he's a near billionaire, if not a billionaire, then it would be really hard to make the argument that Trump has the ability to speak for the average Joe. It's sort of interesting that Trump's whole candidacy, his whole campaign has been based on saying, look, his whole candidacy is saying, his whole campaign has said, look, I know what is best to heal America. The people who are working in factories, when he goes down to places like Ohio or Pennsylvania, I've literally stood there as he said, I can get you back working again. I know what you're going through and I can fix the economy for you. And hear me out. Yes. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying that if you have $1 billion, you might be able to do that, although I hate billionaires. And if you have no money, you might be representing the interests of the rich. Again, we can't assume a one-to-one correlation between people's own identity and status and what they're representing, because when we do that, we make a lot of dangerous assumptions. So I'm not going to reject LeBron James because he's rich. I'm going to reject him if I were to because I don't agree with his argument. Similar to Donald Trump, I happen to agree with LeBron James, though, in this particular case, that Donald Trump did not best represent the interests of the people. While I don't think identity politics should govern our decision-making process, I also don't want us to be naive either as a nation. I don't want us to assume that nobody rejected Kamala Harris because of her womanness or nobody rejected Kamala Harris because of her blackness. And the reason why I say that is because when we look at the campaign trail, when we look at the surrogates for Trump and other people, or people who just don't like either of them but are still calling Kamala Harris a whore or a slut.
Well, that's probably because she is a whore. She did sleep her way to the top. Those are accurate descriptions of Kamala Harris. By the way, comment an orange heart for the algorithm and MAGA. All the comments help. Subscribe too if you like videos like this.
Or the N-word. I mean, these are things that absolutely suggest that misogyny and misogynoir play into it.
Candace, you want to respond?
Yeah, if I may respond. First and foremost, Trump has never tried to say, I am a blue-collar worker. So that's just completely wrong. He actually leaned into the fact that he is Well, you correlated him to LeBron James, and you said, well, he does the exact same thing that LeBron James is doing. No, LeBron James pretends that he is living a struggle. Trump does not. Trump says, I'm rich, I run a
No, okay.
company, and I can help you.
Yeah, Trump is genuine, whereas someone like LeBron James and all these elitists who are so big on, oh my gosh, carbon emissions and the environment and global warming, but yet they fly in private jets. It's like, you're an elitist. Do you think that we, the little people, have to live under a different society, different laws, different rules than you guys at the top? I hate these elitists so freaking much.
You get rich. He literally makes jokes about the fact that he's rich when he's at these events, and he's tossing jokes about, I'm a billionaire.
And that's, sorry to keep cutting it off, but that's why people love Trump, is because he's so authentic. And this is something I've been talking about a lot lately. If you watch some of my videos like with today and yesterday, I talk about how we're living now in the age of authenticity. People are craving authenticity. They don't want crap in their food, water. They want 100% cotton and linen because they don't want chemicals going into their body, into their skin, which your skin is the largest organ ever. So you probably don't want it absorbing crap all the time. So we are in the age of authenticity. I really do recommend you guys checking out those videos. I'll link them maybe in the description or the pinned comment below. But yeah, let's get back to it. I love to ramble. Hi, my name is Isabella Moody. I get moody and I ramble.
I've done this. Like, he is the New York City stereotype billionaire who basically says, I've run businesses and I'm going to run this country like a business and I'm going to lift you up. And I understand how trade works because I've been running a business. So I just fully reject that he's somehow cosplaying a blue collar worker. Blue collar workers are responding to him because he speaks in a way that they believe that he's going to uplift them. That's great. I'm happy we agree on that point, but you did try to correlate him to LeBron James 5 seconds ago. And that's just not the truth. But to respond to your point, because this has really bothered me, people pretending that those who have told the truth about the fact that Kamala Harris did sleep with Willie Brown and was not warranted to the position that she has, district attorney, pretending that this came up because she's running for president or because there's some element of misogyny, that is patently false. It was actually leftist newspapers at the time that she was running in Los Angeles. I pulled up these old articles in the San Francisco Chronicle who were scandalized. They felt that it was a scandal that she was being given so much power, that she was being put on boards that she did not deserve to be put on, and that she was being given those positions and making all that money not based on her merit, but because she was having an affair with Willie Brown. Again, these were the leftist San Francisco articles that were covering it at this time. You can go back, way back machine it, and read those articles yourself. So people point to the fact that she was essentially coronated because of who she was sleeping with in the past, and then now is essentially just being handed another position, not because people voted for her. I think it's relevant to the discussion of whether or not she is qualified for that position. That's fine.
Boom, Candace just shuts him down. I don't know how he doesn't see it. Like, these are facts that Kamala Harris literally slept her way to the top, to the positions, literally to the White House. So yeah, we're not just saying that, oh, just because she's a black woman, she's unqualified. It's like, no, she's unqualified because she's always taking the lazy way out to gain power her entire life, throughout her entire career. It's not okay. And guess what? She also never makes sense when she speaks. You notice that? She always sounds like someone who's like a college student needing to fill up a word count for a paper, and they just keep repeating the same things, which are pretty much nothing. But thank you guys so much for watching. Most of the people that watch my videos, by the way, do not subscribe. So please subscribe, comment an orange heart if you are still here watching till the end of the video. You guys are the best, and I'll see you guys next time.